Everybody, this is Jennifer Johns from Go Live. It's been a minute since we last checked in, and I got a couple questions for you. Did you know that at least in California, 4th grade reading scores are part of the criteria for how many beds and cells are made for private prisons? Did you know that 2 out of 3 African American children born after the year 2000 will have type 2 diabetes? Did you know that we spend about $1 billion a day in foreign oil here in America? Did you also know that our food travels between 1,000 and 1,700 miles to get to our plate? Did you know that America only subsidizes 3 grains? That's wheat, corn, and soy. And we make so much of it that it makes up the great majority of the food in our grocery stores. Did you also know that we make so much of it, we can afford to sell it to developing countries for a fraction of what it would cost for them to grow it themselves? We call it aid. Some might call it corrupting their system. So, how do all of these things tie together? The way that we produce, we transport, we consume, and we sell our food is connected to absolutely every social ill in this country and arguably across the world. I didn't come here today to depress you. I didn't turn on this camera to traumatize you. I actually came to give you some inspiration and some information. Because our food system is connected to absolutely every social ill in this country, that's where we can make the most change. We don't have to wait to go to the polls a couple times a year. We can vote constantly, every day, with the food that we eat. And how do we do that? By localizing our food system. Localizing your food system means only eating food that comes from within a few hundred miles of your home. This is important for a few reasons. Number 1, health. The pesticides and madness that goes into our food to keep it looking fresh for all the distance that it has to travel to get to your plate is not good for us. In addition, we're keeping money close to home, and we all know that's a good look. We're supporting local farmers, and we're spending less money in transportation. How do you localize your food system? How do you get food that comes from only a couple hundred miles of your home? I got a couple suggestions. First things first, your local farmers market. Many don't know that these days, most of them are accepting food stamps. So check that out. There's also something called a CSA, Community Supported Agriculture. Most places sell you a plot of land for a few $100s and you get fresh fruit and vegetables for about 8 months out of the year, weekly. And it's really inexpensive. Lastly, if you happen to be the gardening type, I bet you right where you are, there's some folks you don't even know about that are doing some really incredible urban gardening. And they're using some really cool technologies like hydroponics and aeroponics and aquaponics, and they're growing some really incredible food quickly right in your neighborhood. So, until we speak again, go find you some local food and eat up and change your life and your community through your food system. And remember, sustainable living is the opposite of poverty. Go live.